Hello and welcome to this Headlines Today special with a politician who's never far away from the headlines or controversy. Joining me now is the Union HRD Minister, Smriti Irani. Appreciate your joining us, Smriti. One of the enduring images of this week is even as Rahul Gandhi was making an impassioned speech on the land bill in Parliament, you go to his constituency in Amethi and take him on precisely issues of land. Was that a deliberate, well-crafted strategy?
I think that I take strong objection to the fact that it's only his constituency. It's mine as well. I fought the Lok Sabha election in 2014 from Amethi. Hence, to say that Amethi सिर्फ किसी एक की जागीर है would be a wrong insinuation.
But you went there deliberately on the very day that you knew he was going to speak in Parliament.
How would I know what Mr. Gandhi is about to do? I'm not his keeper. And I would also like to say that it's possible that he knew that I'm going to Amethi on that day and chose to speak on that day.
But are you...
Why would you... I agree I'm not political royalty and don't have the pedigree as Mr. Gandhi. But at least give me that much a modicum of respect that possibly, there is a possibility which has been actually seen on social media where some media reports announce my going to Amethi and exactly 2 hours later Mr. Gandhi's office announces his intention to visit.
You take the Minister of Agriculture. You take the Minister of Agriculture with you. You raise the issue of farmer suicides in Amethi. You raise the issue of the food park in Amethi. I get a sense that the BJP has decided once again, let's get Smriti Irani to take Rahul Gandhi because Rahul Gandhi is finally now in some way being revived and is starting to get, he's getting under the skin of the BJP.
With your implication that he is being revived, are you also implying that he was politically not considered alive enough earlier?
I am saying that in the last few weeks we have heard more and seen more of Rahul Gandhi than perhaps for several months before that.
Why didn't you hear anything of him after Harsimrat Kaur Badal yesterday put on the table of the House a few facts which came to light?
This is about the food park and I'll just come to it for a minute, but I just want to get clarity on this. Am I to understand that Smriti Irani, who's investing a lot of time already in Amethi, has decided that this is my karma bhumi, I am going to take on Rahul Gandhi even in the 2019 elections?
Firstly, I went there to engage with the people of Amethi. Rahul Gandhi was absent the time that I visited Amethi. My intention was to connect with the people, and this is not a new intention which has come to the fore. This is a promise that I kept to the people of Amethi, which I made during the Lok Sabha elections, where I was accused कि दोबारा कभी दिखाई नहीं देंगी by the Congress camp.
But now you are coming there because the Prime Minister and the BJP leadership wants you to take on the Rahul Gandhi.
Are you in possession of such a memo or a directive where I've been told कि no, now go, so that it's, like I said, why would you not possibly imagine a scenario that is the day he chose to speak when I'm in Amethi?
Are you going to contest the 2019 election from Amethi? Would you like to? Is that your aim? Have you made Amethi your karma bhumi because you've gone there, as you said?
I don't decide where I contest from. My party does.
The question though is that the food park issue which you raised.
I didn't raise it, Mr. Gandhi did.
Mr. Gandhi raised the issue of the food park. He claims that your government scrapped it. You are arguing that it was his government which decided in 2013 itself that this project was unviable. Now forget that for a moment. The fact is that...
Why forget that?
Because it can be tu meme. You will say...
No, why is it...
He says your government scrapped it. He says your government scrapped it. You say he scrapped it. I want to know what are you doing for industrialization and employment in Amethi?
You know what is fascinating? 2 counts. Firstly, when Rahul Gandhi accuses the BJP of something, it is headline news. But when the BJP has solid response on facts, it is tutu meme.
No, it was also headline news.
No,
it was also headline news.
It is not. You yourself are reducing it to a tutu meme. Let me now highlight the facts. Out of the documentation which is available on the floor of the House, this is what has come to the fore. 2010, you talk about this grand plan to have a food park in Amethi. In 2012, there is a segment within the UP government which says that we are willing to give you vacant land and not charge any commercial rates for this land. And obviously the documentation which I have seen on the floor of the House states that within 1 week, kindly take this land, we are willing to give it. That land is not taken, at least there is no such documentation available to show that that land was taken so that the park becomes a reality. In 2013, the then Food Processing Ministry receives an informative letter from the Ministry of Petroleum stating we are not going to give subsidized gas at APM rates. Okay? And post that, a letter comes from the promoter of the food park saying, well, if you don't give us subsidized gas, we need to have a captive power plant, then the food park for us is not viable. This is quote unquote something which under the previous administration led by the Congress party has come to the fore. This is not tutu meme. So the accusation that we are the ones to scrap it is absolutely false.
So you believe Rahul Gandhi was lying? You believe Rahul Gandhi was lying simply to get publicity?
I believe the documents I see, those documents have the stamp of approval or the stamp of the previous regime which was led by the Congress party. It is for the people of India to decide whether Rahul Gandhi misled not only the people but also the House.
Can I therefore ask you very clearly one last time on this? Is Rahul Gandhi in some way getting under the skin on the land bill? Because a recent survey showed 70% want this land bill to be withdrawn, and the government is getting this suit boot ki sarkar image which Rahul Gandhi wants to push according to a survey. Recent India TV C voter survey suggested
I have to say one thing for sure. There have been many surveys of many kinds. There was a survey that Narendra Modi can never be Prime Minister. He's a Prime Minister today. There was a survey which says that the BJP will not win that many votes. BJP will not have an absolute majority. BJP has an absolute majority today. So surveys are something which change with a different light of day. Surveys are something which can get an argument to linger on.
So you don't think you've lost the communication battle on the land bill?
No, I have not. If you saw the 4 Kisan Panchayats I did in Amethi, when we spoke to the Kisan there directly, every news organization was available to carry it live. And they saw, Amethi farmers are saying, if I get 4 times the market value for my land, why should there be an objection? If I get a job, why should there be an objection? But the most important part that possibly nobody wants to focus on is the fact that land is a state subject. If the state so desires, they can change the rules to suit the needs and desires of the people of the state. What is also a fact is that even Congress state governments have written asking for changes in the bill. And that is a reality that even the Congress party cannot run away from.
So how do you see Rahul Gandhi then? How do you see Rahul Gandhi today? How do you see? Because he seems to have become...
Sardesai, you are more fascinated by Rahul Gandhi than I am. Why would I waste my time seeing Rahul Gandhi for any matter?
Your party doesn't take him seriously?
My party,
you don't take him seriously?
My party has taken a particular stand which is available for you all to discuss and debate about. But for you...
What is your view of Rahul Gandhi?
My view of Rahul Gandhi is he has a lot of explaining to the people of Amethi to do. On these projects, which have so-called done udghatans and inaugurations have happened, but they've not gone down to ground reality.
So therefore you think he's judged like suit boot ki sarkar and all that?
Well, we know last who wrote that suit boot. That was somebody's Jijaji. I don't know whether he's referring to him or to somebody else. But I think that to reduce very, very serious political issues to just jibes do not augur well for the people who stand to benefit from good governance measures.
So therefore your government will go ahead with this land bill because you believe it's in the interest of the people of this country.
I think that in the realm of my responsibility, I can forcefully speak on the issues of education. The government spokesperson, I think, has time and again reiterated that if we need development in the country, then proactively through measures of cooperative federalism, we will ensure that every measure is taken in the interest of development and interest of people of India.
Let me then come to those specific issues of your department.
Yes.
Number one controversy, and I'm going to highlight 5 or 6. Number one, the latest one is your proposed appointment of Sanjay Kachru as your OST has been cancelled by the Prime Minister's office.
I have nothing to say on that because I have received no cancellation.
It's not true that the Intelligence Bureau has rejected his appointment, so he continues?
I have no rejection letter.
I was told that he previously worked in the corporate communication department of a leading corporate and therefore the government has raised a question mark over his appointment.
I have received no such communication.
So he continues. Controversy number...
Did I say he continues?
Okay. Okay. Controversy number 2 stems from the Fab India issue. Many believe that the Fab India issue, some thought that it was a deliberate attempt to try and project Smriti Irani as some kind of a victim because there was a feeling at the time you might be dropped from the cabinet and therefore you wanted to divert issues.
Well, ever since I've taken office, there have been controversies about me being dropped or me being shoved out. I'm still here after 1 year.
Are you saying that at no stage was that stage managed, as some seem to suggest,
so
to even take attention away from the BJP National Executive?
I never in my life imagined that the charge of misogyny on Rajdeep Sardesai and the charge of hatred for not only Narendra Modi but even his little sister by Rajdeep Sardesai would be so evident in an interview like
Not
this.
it, Meenakshi Lekhi. No, I have never.
No,
I have high respect for you and I have high respect for Modi ji. So I want to clarify that, but I want to...
seen your respect on many
Meenakshi
occasions.
Lekhi tweets saying, do I smell a rat to obfuscate the BJP National Executive meeting?
Tweet?
Attempts being made not to cover National Executive instead of covering some inane
What
issues.
What is the next tweet?
She says...
What is the next tweet? Read the tweet.
So you're saying that...
Read the next tweet.
Many
what
people
is the next tweet?
She says, please read... Whoever wants to quote or play the recent tweets, please play both to avoid any spin or confusion.
No, but read this tweet which says that I make no kind of indications towards Smriti ji. Okay. Why are you leaving that deliberately out?
So you believe that the...
Why are you leaving it deliberately out?
Okay.
Are you telling me that a woman in this country will be violated only so that she can make a headline? Is that your charge as a man or as a journalist?
No, my charge is that there are people within possibly your own party or your own critics
or your own critics
or own critics.
What does Rajdeep Sardesai think?
I
concoct issues?
No, I think that Smriti Irani is an extremely talented
woman. Violated
woman.
So that Rajdeep Sardesai can ask me about it in an interview?
Okay. So you think that this... that the Fab
what do you think about it as a man and as a journalist?
I think what happened in the Fab India issue, those who tried to raise a controversy suggesting that you had deflected attention from it.
No, I'm asking what Rajdeep Sardesai thinks about the incident.
Rajdeep Sardesai thinks that Smriti Irani has every reason to raise the issue.
That's it. Okay. End of story.
Okay, end of story.
Next question.
Let's turn to the next controversy. The next controversy is over your own HRD ministry. The fact that 4 MPs have now written to the President saying that you are interfering in the functioning of higher education institutes, including IIT.
And how is that proved?
They've written a notice saying that this is the information that they have received.
And what is the information?
And they have also gone by the fact that the IIT Board of Governors in Mumbai, Dr. Anil Kakodkar, said he's resigning before the end of his tenure. The Delhi IIT director announced his retirement.
Anil Kakodkar is very much a part of the IIT board. What does that show? That the implication by the so-called honorable members of parliament is wrong?
But he himself had gone public to suggest that he was...
I am going public time and again to show and prove on record that Dr. Kakodkar is not only a part of the board and will complete his full term in office, but Dr. Kakodkar is very much a part and parcel of 2-3 other initiatives of the MHRD.
Why did he then announce his intention
That is for Dr. Kakodkar to have an interview. You can have an interview with him and get into that story.
What about the Delhi IIT director also who decided that he wanted to resign?
Just 4 days ago, the Delhi IIT director, in capacity of Delhi IIT director, went with the president to Moscow, all fair and all things paid for by government of India, in the capacity of IIT director. Does that look like a director who wants to resign?
Are you saying, therefore, that this entire charge being made by these MPs...
I'm just asking you 2 very simple questions.
Okay.
One, that Anil Kakodkar is very much a part of the board and is on board of 2 other initiatives of HRD. Does that look like a man who has resigned from his post? 2, an IIT director just 4 days ago returns from Moscow with the President of India after having all expense paid trip to Moscow.